Hi, this is Wes, and our farm won an award for Outstanding Conservation Farmer of the Year. And here's a video that we made about our farm.
Hi, this is John Evans of Happy Hill Farms. On behalf of my dad Mark and my sons AJ and Wes, we are honored to be named the 2020 Outstanding Conservation Farm of the Year for Crawford County. We are a family beef farm with my home farm of 78 acres located just outside of Conneautville. We currently run a herd of about 55 brood cows and background a total of about 125 feeders a year. The boys are involved on the farm raising their 4-H market animals and help with some field work as well as other chores around the farm. The beef finishing portion of our operation is a partnership with our friend George Agnew, who feeds out all of our backgrounded cattle. We market freezer beef to our own customer base that we have developed over the past 20 plus years, as well as through Hilltop Processing. We crop farm over 100 acres of mostly rented land that we grow corn, soybeans, and small grains, as well as make hay on to put up all of our own feed for our cattle. We now pasture all of my home farm and also rent approximately 50 acres of additional pasture ground to run stockers on each year. We would like to highlight a few of the major projects that we have worked on with the NRCS office and the Conservation District over the past nearly 20 years as we have worked to grow our cattle operation while better utilizing our ground on my home farm. The first major project was working with the NRCS office to develop a grazing plan to convert the ground we had been trying to crop farm into permanent pasture to eliminate the compaction and erosion issues that we constantly fought, never being able to get on the ground to plant in the spring and even more so in the fall to harvest a crop without making ruts and tearing up the topsoil on our highly erodible ground, even while using no-till practices. As part of this plan, we built exterior fencing around all the tillable ground on the farm. We then subdivided with dividing fences into smaller paddocks to be able to rotate the cows. We fenced out the waterway that runs the length of the property and a pond. We installed a water pipeline and installed hydrants to be able to water the cows throughout the pastures. We then established pasture grasses of native, warm, and cool season grasses so we no longer had to disturb the topsoil and cause any erosion. We also constructed cattle pathways and stream crossings to go along with the buffers along the waterways to reduce and catch any runoff. This proved to much better utilize our heavy clay soil. In the past few years, I have developed this further with the knowledge I have gained by attending numerous grazing conferences and have started to subdivide these paddocks even more with temporary fences to better utilize intensive rotational grazing practices. The next step after starting to graze cattle on the farm was trying to grow the herd to match the pasture capacity that we had created. This worked well except for trying to keep the cattle out of the mud in the winter. Not only was it a struggle to not have the cattle turn everything to mud wherever they were confined to, but we were causing a lot of destruction to our new pastures trying to get feed to the cows throughout the winter. This is when we then developed another plan with the NRCS office to build a heavy use area. This has now enabled us a way to keep our cows out of the mud all winter, gives us a nice place to feed the cows throughout the winter where we do not tear up any of the pastures, as well as allow the cows to eat all the hay we give them without wasting it in a sacrifice area that they would turn to mud. This has been very beneficial to our cattle health as well as our feed usage efficiency. This past year, we entered into another NRCS EQIP contract to build a manure storage facility. We were able to get the site pretty well prepared in the fall. Even though it looks like a glorified parking lot for the winter, we are very excited to get this facility built later this year. This will kind of bring full circle and complete the development of our cattle program on the farm while better utilizing our ground as well as being environmentally friendly with the whole operation. This will allow us to store our manure until we can get on to our pastures, hay, and other crop grounds when it is dry enough to not damage the ground, as well as apply this fertilizer at times when it can be utilized by the crops that need it. We have also participated in no-till programs, nutrient management plans, and others involving our crop farming that we even do on ground we rent to do our best to take care of this ground and the soils on them as well. But we are most proud of the improvements we have been able to make on my home farm and our cattle operation here while also continuing to take better care of this land. We have always enjoyed working with the NRCS office and the Conservation District and greatly appreciate all of their help and expertise along the way in this journey. We would like to specifically thank Jody, Cheryl, and Doug at the NRCS office for all of their help in dealing with contract paperwork as well as making sure we meet all requirements to get these projects approved. They are always helpful in making sure we are aware and understand what may be available to help our operation with these conservation practices. We have also appreciated the help we have received from Brianne and Tracy at the Conservation District throughout the years, assisting us along this whole process.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that way I can keep making these videos.